Human Rights of the United Nations to seek an international investigation against what they call genocide of the Sikhs in India, beginning with Operation Bluestar.
It was an operation to flush out terrorists, a case of national security, raising questions over the need to petition the UN.
Everything is known. They know about the military intervention, they know about the CRP intervention, about the BSF intervention. They know what has been happening in Bluestar prior to that. What are they going to come and probe into?
No probe can happen which is not part of the which is not under the Indian Constitution.
In fact, the men involved in the operation have shunned the move, calling it an unnecessary attempt to rake up Bluestar.
Any group of people gathering in any corner of the world suddenly get up and approach the United Nations to order a probe into the internal affairs of a sovereign country is deplorable.
Two groups making vicious attempts to raise a case with prejudiced objectives. Why should the United Nations, or for that matter any international agency, probe an Indian military operation? Bureau Report, Times Now.
You're watching the second News Hour debate on Times Now Super Prime Time.
Satyapal Jain of the BJP, the head of the National Legal Cell of the BJP, Brigadier Israr Rahim Khan was commanding officer of the 10 Guards Battalion or Operation Bluestar. He's joining us from Delhi. Gurpreet Singh, Director of United Sikhs. They are the ones who want an international probe, a United Nations-led international probe, which is ridiculous, Mr. Singh. Manjeet Singh, GK, President of the Delhi Gurdwara Prabandak Committee. We'll talk about it. And Mashedinder Singh Grewal, advisor to the Chief Minister of Punjab. Mr. Grewal, just to begin by asking you, the fact is that before I go into this whole, what I feel is a ridiculous demand for an investigation into Operation Bluestar, and I wonder why any self-respecting Indian would want a foreign country or any foreign power or United Nations to get into it. I want to ask you, you're an advisor to the Chief Minister of Punjab, and the Akali Dal won the maximum number of seats in the SGPC election, so you have a direct role in what's going on. How on earth do you let a secessionist enter the Golden Temple? A person like Simranjeet Singh Mann. Simranjeet Singh Mann says that Khalistan should be a buffer state between India and Pakistan. This man is a secessionist of the highest order, right? Yet you allow him into the precincts of the Golden Temple. You know fully well what he is going to say. You know what his presence is going to do. You know it's going to arouse sentiments. You know he's a history sheeter. You know he is trouble. You know there was a clash in the Golden Temple last year on June 6th as well, and the cause was Simranjeet Singh Mann. You know he raised the demand for Khalistan, right? He was not apprehended then, he's not been apprehended now. You know exactly what is going on, Mr. Grewal. You have a responsibility to tell us why you indirectly support secessionists, anti-nationals and terrorist supporters like Simranjeet Singh Mann. And this is very relevant compared to the... No, you see the pictures of what happened in the Golden Temple today. Mr. Grewal, you'll realize how serious the situation is. Yes.
First of all, I want to make it very clear that Shromani Akali Dal fought for integrity and unity of the country. Shromani Akali Dal fought for the borders of the country. Yes, you are right that...
Sir, do you think Bhindranwale was a terrorist? No, 1 second. Do you think Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale was a terrorist or not?
Let
was Bhindranwale a terrorist or not?
Let me
Was Bhindranwale a terrorist? You have used him for political gain. A memorial honoring those killed in Operation Bluestar. This includes Bhindranwale. Was unveiled under your rule in April 2013. Was Bhindranwale a terrorist?
Let me answer it so that the nation should know it. What is Akali Dal?
I want to know whether you think Bhindranwale was a terrorist. You are avoiding my question. was Bhindranwale a terrorist? Manjit Singh GK?
Yes,
no. Let's be very clear on fact tonight, sir.
Let me answer. Let me answer it.
You can't be allowed to play with fire in the way that you've been doing today. You cannot let Punjab burn all over again.
No playing with.
Of course, you're playing with fire.
Playing with fire. No playing with. No, we are not playing with fire. We have lost our 27 leaders during terrorism. How we can play with fire?
Sir,
in 1992 elections, Akali Dal lost 27 leaders in terrorist violence. I first want to answer you that you said that why Mr. Simarjit Singh Man was allowed to enter the Golden Temple premises. Arnav, I must make it clear that there is a limitation and no Sikh can be stopped from entering the Gurdwara.
No.
Second
you have repeatedly. You can't say that. A man created trouble last year. You can't say that we'll stop him. Because you fail to realize that this affects. This is not just about what happens in the Golden Temple. It's about the security and internal security of this country. And you have repeatedly, I mean the SGPC, and let me get Mr. Man in 1 second. Brigadier, well, 1 second, please, sir. Let's go to the others, please. 1 second. Mr. Grewal. Mr. Grewal, I've given you your turn. I'm going to the others, please. No, Mr. Grewal, you're not answering my question. Can I go to the others? Put them on the screen, please. Mr. Grewal, I know you won't answer my question. Can we have the others on the screen, please?
No, I will.
No, you're not answering my question.
I will answer this
Mr. Grewal, last time you came on the news hour, you continued to speak. Nobody else spoke. I request you now, please, to hear the others, please, including Brigadier Rahim Khan. Brigadier Khan. Brigadier Khan is speaking now, please.
I will take just 1 minute.
Can I please?
I take just 1 minute.
Sir, you're not even answering the question. Sir, this will not end.
Shiromani Akali Dal strongly condemn what has happened.
Sir, you're repeating yourself now.
Today, and
sir, now you're repeating yourself.
No, the Akali Dal has condemned this act of few anti-Panthak forces.
Mr. Grewal. Mr. Grewal, we can go on. First of all, I'll play the pictures, full frame of what happened today. 1 second. Before I go across, I want to... Mr. Grewal, I request you, please. Please, Mr. Grewal, I request you. I request you today. Please remember this, Mr. Grewal. And I'm saying this, all viewers across the entire country should know tonight what happened in the Golden Temple. There are many people, over a dozen people injured in a clash. This happens between task force volunteers of the Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee and radical Sikh activists. Right? This happens on the anniversary of Operation Bluestar. It happens within the Golden Temple complex. And my question is, sir, this country, Mr. Grewal,
law has taken its course.
Mr. Grewal,
the government has initiated the action.
Mr. Grewal, I don't want a repeat of last time. I'm requesting you that please let the others also come in. Mr. Grewal, please hear me out. No, Mr. Grewal, I want to play the pictures.
Invite me to channel. Yes, when you invite me, I'll just have my answer. Only then I think it serves the purpose. Otherwise, what is the...
Mr. Grewal, there are other panelists.
We have got your answer already.
Yes,
I am allowing
me stopped here first. You put me question, let me answer it.
Mr. Grewal, there are others also who are waiting to be asked some questions. Please listen to them.
I want to get in here.
Mr. Grewal, I will take only 1 minute.
Mr. Grewal, please, and I'm requesting you, please. I'm going across to Brigadier Israr Rahim Khan. Yes, Brigadier Khan.
Just
Brigadier Khan.
Just 1 minute.
Sir, Brigadier Khan, please.
Let me remind Mr. Grewal that the last debate we had with Times Now on the subject, the last question posed by Mr. Arnab Goswami was whether Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale was a terrorist or not. That answer is still awaited. You have not given a full answer yet. Please say now and here that Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale was a terrorist.
Answer this question. Give me chance to
answer. I'd like to hear Manjit Singh.
No, there's no time. Either say yes or no.
No, I'd like to hear Mr.
Now, secondly,
why I have
secondly,
Arnab,
Mr. Manjit Singh GK, please, on the right hand side.
Arnab, Arnab, you always put this question that whether Bhindranwala was a terrorist or no. I need my question should be also answered. Who created Bhindranwala? Who created this situation? Who called for the army? Who were the people who were responsible? I think we are not going into the details. We just need one answer, whether Bhindranwala was a terrorist or no. Bhindranwala era is finished. I think you are beating the bush. We must, the government must answer. Who created Bhindranwala? Why did army have to be called in Golden Temple? I think these questions are more relevant.
Mr. GK, you know what, Mr. GK? You know, Mr. GK.
30th year of...
Mr. Manjeet Singh GK. Mr. Manjeet Singh GK, the question is very simple. While one acknowledges that several innocent civilians died in the crossfire between the terrorists and the army during Operation Bluestar, the fact remains, and no amount of aggression from your and Mr. Grewal's side will take away the fact. Will take away the fact, Mr. Grewal, and you must listen. Will take away the fact that today.
Why did government?
That today.
I need to answer this. I need to answer this, Arnab.
You know, please. Today, I am asking you that do you want to play with fire? Right, the SGPC has engaged in a series of provocative actions.
Arnab, it is the Akali Dal who is putting off the fire. Arnab, it is the Akali government who is putting off the fire. There in Punjab, there have been no terrorist activity. Bombay has been attacked. Parliament has been attacked. It is the Akali government that zero tolerance is there. Nobody can stop anybody from entering the Gurdwara. If they have entered the Gurdwara, they want to play politics over there. It is Akali Dal who is stopping it. Who is stopping them? It is Akali Dal. It is the responsibility of the SGPC. It is we who are stopping it.
Mr. GK, Mr. Manjeet Singh GK, a simple question to you, sir. A simple question to you, sir. 1 minute. Is it true or not that Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale's son, that Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, sir, I don't want to scream, please just hear me out for a minute, that Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale's son and the son of another former terrorist were honored on the 29th anniversary of Operation Bluestar last year? Is it true or not that the SGPC honored the assassins of General Arun Vaidya?
I answered you.
Is it true?
I answered you last year. Arnab, I answered this question last year also.
Well,
that whosoever perform Khand Path in the Gurdwara, he is given a Suropa. So it is a custom in Sikh religion. Even if Mr. Rahul Gandhi, whose family is responsible for the Operation Bluestar, if he performs in a Khand Path, he will be given a Suropa. What is great deal in this? Why are we putting this that their sons has been honored? If anybody performs the Khand Path in any Gurdwara, they are given Suropas.
So that is the silliest argument that you can put forth. You realize how serious the issue is. Between 2007 and 2011 in Punjab alone, 170 terrorists, including sleepers, were arrested. You know what the Pakistan is trying to do in terms of supporting terrorism. In Punjab, the Intelligence Bureau has received inputs that terrorists are trying to enter Punjab to revise terrorism there. It is your choice. It is your choice what you want to do.
It is our government that is keeping the terrorists to where they should belong.
Well, now,
no activity of terrorism have taken place in Punjab. It is the Akali government that is fighting against the terrorism.
Now to Gurpreet Singh. Gurpreet Singh is director of United Sikhs, right? Gurpreet Singh, just remember one thing.
Right.
We are a sovereign democratic republic, unless you've forgotten. The issue concerned...
We don't forget these things.
I'm glad you don't. It appears to me you have. The issue concerned is
No, we don't. What appears to me is that you have not done your homework before you started this debate.
Well, Mr.
Gurpreet
Singh, what appears to me is that you don't want to be challenged.
What is apparent on your talk is that you're trying to badger in your point without listening to others' point of view.
Mr. Gurpreet Singh, you don't want to be asked.
And I suggest you start giving a patient hearing to what others have to say, rather than putting your own point of view down everybody's throat.
Mr. Gurpreet Singh, what I'd like to say to you is just one thing. Just as there was an investigation ordered by the British government into their alleged involvement in an operation in the Golden Temple, it is up to the Indian government to order an investigation if need be. There is a government which has been elected in power.
How long do we wait for it?
It is for the government of India to investigate if required and not an international body. And by the way,
if they do not do it, then who do we approach? I have evidence here that way back in 1984, there were kids that were lodged in the jail. There was Mrs. Kamla Devi Chattopadhyay, who was a social worker, who got these kids released from the Supreme Court.
Okay, so Mr.
Then another case came up for kids aged between... One second, listen to me.
No, you listen to me. Let me ask you something. You have forgotten, sir, that Operation Bluestar...
The reason why we are going for...
Sir, one minute, sir.
Why we are asking for international...
Unless you don't want to be countered.
Mr. Goswami, you have not seen the extent, of brutality that was carried out on the Sikh people in Punjab
just remember one
from 1984 June onwards.
Now, please remember one thing, sir. Bhindranwale was a terrorist. Now, you please listen patiently first.
He was not.
No, you may not think so. You may not think so.
Okay.
You know what, Mr. Bhindranwale?
You may not. You might think so. You might think so.
Mr. Gurpreet Singh, you know what?
We call them
Mr. Gurpreet Singh, Mr. Gurpreet Singh, now you please, you can't get into this, don't try this, verbal
I'm not getting into anything. You have your viewpoint, you respect my viewpoint. Okay?
Mr. Gurpreet Singh, you may not be a proud Indian, I am. And what I'm saying to you is that Operation Bluestar...
I'm a very proud Indian. I'm much more proud than you are.
Operation Bluestar was a military...
Every army officer today is saying... Have you read Kamar Sandhu's article?
Well, Mr.
Every ex-army officer, every army officer today is saying... Police officers are saying...
Gurpreet Singh, I just want to ask you one simple question, okay? Please hear me now. Hear me now. Your subjective opinion point. Now, you just listen for 30 seconds. It'll be good. Operation Bluestar was a military operation against a terrorist. Similar operations have taken place in other countries.
Disagree.
Now, one minute, you just hear the whole thing, right, Mr. Gurpreet Singh?
Okay, you speak and I'll speak.
Don't be in a hurry, and because I'll give you some examples, and then you can ask yourself whether you came with your homework done. You see, similar operations have taken place in other countries. I don't think there has been UN intervention to investigate them. For example, Mr. Gurpreet Singh, on the 23rd of October 2002, there was the entire Moscow theatre siege, right? That ended with Russian commanders going in and eliminating Chechen terrorists who had taken 850 people hostage. I want to ask you whether there was an international probe into this. Right now, second point to you is, Mr. Gurpreet Singh, I go back 10 years. Just a minute now, let's talk factually. Don't get swayed with emotion, Mr. Gurpreet Singh. In 1993...
I'm not getting swayed with emotion.
Good, don't, because I'll be factual. I expect you to be factual. In 1993, there was military action followed... Now, Mr. Gurpreet Singh, since all of you like to go crying to the United States of America... No, one second, Mr. Gurpreet Singh.
Do you know how many innocents were killed, Mr. Goswami?
Mr. Gurpreet Singh, please remember this, that any country defends its national interests, right? And especially the United States of America.
Do you know how many
the United States of America, Mr. Gurpreet Singh. Now, Mr. Gurpreet Singh, you remember the Waco siege.
If Mrs. Gandhi had wanted
do you remember the Waco siege?
If she had wanted only...
Do you remember the Waco siege?
Just listen to me.
Do you remember the Waco siege?
If Mrs. Gandhi had wanted only Bhindranwale, there were many instances. There were many instances where she could have got it.
I'll tell you.
It was not Bhindranwale. It was the innocent Sikh who was there.
I
want to ask you one question.
Mr. Gurpreet Singh, now you see you are not taking any questions which is not showing itself well for our viewers. Brigadier Israr Khan has a counter question to you. Brigadier Israr Khan. Yeah.
On up, they were under Bhindranwale and under General Shabek Singh, who was his military commander inside Darbar Sahib, there were 2,000 militants, armed militants, who also had some military training. What were they innocents, or were they there with arms?
Do you have a report to back this? Brigadier, do you have a report to back this? Please do not speak lies to the nation.
I have seen it. You were not even there at the... I have seen it with my own eyes.
You've seen it. I know you've seen it.
Because you suffered. You were not there. You are only saying so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that. I have seen it. I have faced the bullets. And how about those soldiers who were assassinated, mercilessly killed by the same troop, by the same people who were inside the Golden Temple?
We are saying... We are
asking me for proof. I want to ask you, where were you at that time?
So that all this will come out.
You see, Mr. Gurpreet Singh, I'll tell you a few things. Mr. Gurpreet Singh, Mr. Gurpreet Singh, one. You see, the problem is Brigadier Israr Khan. You see, the fact is this.
What are you talking? There were 2,000 militants with arms.
Brigadier, tonight, you know.
And they were in the fortifications
then have an inquiry and prove it that there were 2,000.
You see.
Why did you allow that?
You prove it.
Why did you allow that?
Well,
you prove it that there were 2,000.
I tell you,
I faced them. I faced the bullets. I've lost my men. There were 100 men killed.
Oh, yeah, I know you lost your men. We also know that.
Gurpreet Singh, show respect tonight, please.
If you know that,
Gurpreet Singh, just 1 minute, please. Let us not forget this fact that 136 Indian soldiers also lost their lives in the operation, and many of them were subjected to the most undescribable. And listen, have the patience to listen. Many of them were subjected to the most unbelievable torture by Bhindranwale's men. You want an international probe, but you are blind to the actions of the man who was responsible for it in the first place. Now, you also say
they were captured.
Captured. I'll tell you. Don't say captured. I'll tell you.